Principle number 10, 3D or block. Third stage development.
This only works when you have 95% of the piece already there. That's why this is a third stage development, because once you add this volume to the letters, you won't be able to change the structure or the volume of it. And 3D is awesome because it's going to give to the piece this feeling of floating on the wall. It's going to give it a lot of volume. And of course, 95% of graffiti you will see out there will have 3D because it looks cool. 3D is basically a projection of the whole piece, and there are a few ways to do it. Let me show you.
If you want to see Cobre doing one of these from scratch, go to artisthub.studio.
The most common one is the one that you will see in every piece, and pretty much every letter respects the same vanishing point. This physically is not correct, because if you have a vanishing point in here, all the letters should have its own perspective, but it's not that way. So you have to respect the same angle for every one of the letters. And this pretty much gives a super strong and very graffiti style. This really makes your piece to look very sharp and separated from the wall. It will give it a lot of depth and of course a lot of volume too. And now we're going to create a 3D with vanishing point. This was very popular in the 90s, and you had a vanishing point in here, and the whole piece was pointing down, kind of giving this kind of effect, right? So each one of the letters will be pointing downwards to this point. And then once you create this, it actually looks really, really cool. And the other one will be creating a vanishing point on the side. So it pretty much, you will have to point everything to that point. Most of the times you will go with this one, the very first one, because it's the classical and it looks pretty cool. But if you want something more physically accurate, go with something like that. It's pretty cool. This really makes the whole piece look very graffiti, and it will help to separate the piece from the background, which is really awesome. Let's check it out on the project piece. And now in our project you will see that we respect that angle in everyone, so it's not physically correct, but it looks awesome. And all the 3Ds are the same wide. All of them have the same amount of projection. The type of 3D you will use will depend on the staging and the framing too. Depending how much space you have in the wall to play around, that's important for you to define whatever 3D you will use. And if you're working with a crew, it's important for all of you to define what kind of 3D you want to use, so it makes sense in a global piece.
That was it for this principle. Click here and there if you want to see the previous or next. If you really liked it, subscribe to the channel and like the video.